In this video, we'll show you how to set up your SeaFrogs A6xxx series salted line housing for the A6000 camera from Sony. First of all, we're using the A6000 camera and we're going to be using the kit lens. It's the 16 to 50mm zoom lens, and we're going to be able to have full control of the zoom in this housing and have full control of all the controls on the rear of the camera as well. To do that, we're going to need to install this swap kit. The housing can be used with the A6000, 6300 and 6500, and they're all slightly different thicknesses. So in order to use the A6000 with the 16 to 50, you need that swap kit. You need this 16 to 50mm zoom ring, and there's another zoom ring, the housing, which is for the 10 to 18mm f4 lens. That's the one there in the housing, so we'll take that one out and we'll replace it with the 16 to 50mm zoom ring. Next step is to prepare the back of the housing. So in this little pouch you'll find some extenders for the controls and a soft rubber LCD lens hood piece, and then some larger dial pieces for the top dial controls and the rear dial control. Let's remove our top dial controls. We can pop them off fairly easily and then rotate the control to make sure all four little pins have been popped out. It can be a little bit fiddly, so just make sure you're doing this in an area where you can spot the little dial if it does pop off, so you don't lose those, in case you want to upgrade your camera in the future to a 6300 or a 6500. So that's the rear dial and the soft lens hood piece out of the back of the housing. So you can line up the little gap in the soft lens hood with the viewfinder, and there you go, that slots in, pins there keep it in place. And now if we take our rear dial control, it just pushes into place. It's just that little bit thicker than the one that we took out. And then top dials, so a good way of doing this is to apply a little bit of pressure on one of the pins like that, and then simply rotate the top dial, and that should push all the other pins into place and keep that secure for you. And we'll do that with the mode select dial as well. Just takes a second and it's in place. There we go, all moving smoothly. Now the extenders for the other controls, there's some plastic pins in the back of the housing which line up with these little holes. Make sure you line up all of those and push them into place, and they go in quite nicely there. Then just ensure that the rubber extenders are over the controls that you need. Okay, now we're going to make sure our housing's in the off position, as well as our camera being in the off position when we insert it, and then it goes straight in. Push that into place, and that will make sure that your zoom ring's in the right place as well, everything where it should be. Now you can pop the rear of the housing in place and secure it with the two latches, one either side. And we do those up both together, and let's switch on. Great, so that's all working as expected. We've got our zoom control. Using the knob on the side of the housing, we can zoom in and out. And as you can see, there's nothing getting in the way of that lens. It's all operating smoothly. As we turn that dial, it zooms in and out. So we can go into the menu. We can use our directional buttons to move around the menu, and we'll just check that shutter button's in place and working. Top dial is all working fine, and mode select, great, that's all working. Now we can switch off. So if you wanted to remove your camera, you reverse that process, open up the latches, and now you want to loosen this guide piece that sits in the top left of the housing, and that will allow you to remove the camera with the zoom ring in place. There you go, and then you can replace that so it's ready for next time. Just slot that into those two holes, push it into place, and that's all good. And then that goes on the housing. You can remove your zoom gear and you're ready to shoot photos outside of the water. And that's it, all set up and ready to go for next time.